All right, man. You ready to talk some cars?
Yeah, absolutely. Let's do it.
All right. Well, thanks for being on here. First off, I know we met like what is it a week
A
ago?
week ago,
Yeah,
yeah.
literally a week ago. But no, I think you bring a great energy. You obviously know what you're talking about. You drive some pretty cool cars. Well, car. We can talk about your car history for sure. But
Absolutely.
dude, you sent me this insane video of you just happened to be driving on the interstate and had a crazy convoy pull by it.
Absolutely. So driving through Knoxville, Tennessee, I see something sports car shaped. And, as a car guy, that always catches your
Of
attention.
course.
Turns out to be a 918 Spider, followed by a 997 3RS and two 911Rs, which you rarely see.
Dude, what are the odds of that? Just like literally just and a 918 altogether. You're never gonna see that
Yeah,
again.
what a convoy, right?
Yeah.
It's what, $4 million roughly, $3 million in Porsches.
Yeah. The 911R baffles me, and you've got some pretty strong feelings about it,
I
especially with now, like, what there is, like, kinda similar car-wise to it.
Absolutely. The 911R, looking at prices, 650, 750, 800,000. I know, during their peak, they were right around $1 million.
Yep.
With the 991.2 GT3 Touring, you can also get the non-touring in a manual. It seems kind of like a terrible value proposition.
Yeah.
And especially now that you can get the 992, which is a really good platform, I don't really see the point in. Is that like a money laundering scheme? Who's
Dude, I the 911R is an interesting car to, like, I guess, kind of comp because it's for a while, it was the only, like, manual, like, high-end, 911, right?
Yeah,
But then because they said they were killing it off and they were gonna do only automatics, and then now well, I guess PDK, but and then now they have the GT3 Touring, like you said, so
yeah.
now it's like, well, what kind of like, where does that car sit?
I
It's
don't
weird.
I don't know. It's just like the 997 3RS 4.0s. Those are $500,000 cars now,
Yeah.
and great cars. The 997 is undoubtedly one of the last raw 911s that you can purchase, but for $500,000, you can get a lot of cars.
Yeah, what are the 911 SCs going for now? Or was it ST?
They made an ST and an SC, but
Okay.
the new one that's the cabriolet is also an SC, but
Okay.
one is like SC and one is S-C.
They're kinda putting out bangers, though. Like,
Absolutely.
they're putting out some banger cars, like, a GT3 convertible doesn't really make sense because it's a track car, but they made it anyway, and I people are gonna buy them.
I just watched a podcast with the designer of, the GT3 SC or whatever it's gonna be called, and apparently the rigidity of the chassis is still intact.
Huh.
It drives the same as a GT3 with that touring, or with the convertible aspect, and I don't know, having that flat 6, rowing the gears with the convertible doesn't sound like a bad
Yep.
time,
Yep.
honestly.
Dude. Well, that's an insane story. Alright, well, let's, introduce yourself, man.
Yeah, so I'm Jackson, local here in Nashville, and I absolutely love cars. I've owned some fun ones in the past and some bad ones in the past too. Um, but right now I've got a F80 M3 competition, and I love that car. It also scares the crap out of me.
Yeah.
But I know you're an M3 guy or a former M3 guy, so
Yeah.
you're used to that life as well.
Big M3 guy.
Yeah. I've had, 2 VB WRXs. Um,
What model year is that? Because I don't know the codes.
so that 2022.
Okay.
So I had a 22 and a 23, only for interest rate reasons. The
And they
interest
and they didn't blow up?
Oh, no, that engine, the FA24 is a fantastic engine.
Okay.
I mean, the power was really linear. It made a decent noise as well. It felt slow, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
It feels slow, and I think a Honda Odyssey beat me off the line a few times. Those 0 to 60s are like sub 5 seconds, and the Odysseys or the new
Really?
minivans, yeah,
Huh.
they're stout. Um, so yeah, loved that car, and before that, I had a Mark 6 GTI, which might be the best car I've ever owned.
That's a great car.
Yeah.
Was it manual?
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
I wish I had the plaid seats, but, aside from that, it was really the perfect car.
They make a Golf R in a manual, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
The new one, the Mark 8.
Does it look good?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't think I've seen one yet.
3.9 second 0 to 60 as well. It's got
Nice.
the S3 engine in it.
Okay.
Those are those are good cars.
How long do you have the Golf?
2 years.
Pretty good amount of time.
Um,
And then did was the F80 after that?
the, first WRX was after that,
Okay.
and after I owned that WRX for a year, complete base, and went back, they dropped interest rates on them. I got like a 0.9% APR
That's pretty good.
on a 23 premium and, paid pretty much exactly what I did for my base WRX a year later, and, not like the best choice financially, but I thought that I was gonna own that car for 5 years, and a year later, I bought my F80.
F80 came along, man.
Yeah,
It'll
yeah,
do
it
it to
did.
you.
It will.
Um, okay. So you had the F80, had the GTI, had the Subarus.
Yeah.
Did you modify the Subarus?
I didn't. I wanted to keep the warranty because I was afraid of, Rodnock.
Yeah.
Yeah, Uncle Rodney to come visit me, which is pretty prevalent in the VA generation, but no, I am an OEM plus guy for, most cars.
Yeah.
Um, uh, an off-roader or a classic JDM, something like that, I would really want to, work on boosting power. But for the most part, I find myself as like an OEM plus.
Yeah. That's really respectable. I kinda have a foot in both camps. It kinda
Okay.
depends on the car for me. Like, I was gonna do OEM plus with my BMW, but then I really wanna put TEs on it, so I was like, "Screw it," and then it kinda went
Teas
out
are
the
great
window.
though.
So, I it was also kind of just like a bucket list goal of mine, but it really just depends on the car for me, man.
Did you, do rod bearings on your
Luckily, they were already done when I bought the car,
That's great.
and I, like, made sure that there was paperwork of it, and it wasn't just like he said, she said, like, "Oh, the 2 owners ago said he got them done, and we don't have any paperwork for it." It's like, well, I'm not gonna buy that car.
Yeah.
So this one had, like, receipt, done at this many miles, like, it came with a whole binder basically full of records, which was really nice. It didn't have the throttle actuators done, so those went out. I had to have that done.
Oh,
It
yeah.
was leaking oil,
If it's
from
not leaking
every
oil, it doesn't have oil.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. It was leaking oil from about every crevice, and, by the time I sold it, it was barely leaking oil from the valve covers, and that was just an expensive job that I put off and then was about to pull the trigger on, and then my drive shaft went out, and so I had to get a whole new drive shaft, and that was 5 grand, and I was
Ouch.
like, "Alright, well, I'm selling the car now."
Yeah.
It's like, I have my fun. I'm tired of spending 5 grand a year just, like, fixing this car, so I was like, "I'm out."
Those Eventuri intakes
I
on
wanted
those are
one
so
so
cool.
bad. They
Yeah.
sound so good. Um, yeah, it was on my wish list, man. I just never got around to it. It's like I could have had it like leaking way worse than it actually was and like not running well and then
But a carbon fiber intake.
exactly.
Yeah.
But I
Trade-offs.
it's like, all right, well, I need to like actually maintain this thing. So, yeah. RIP. Well, I mean the car's still around, but it's RIP to me.
You'll circle back.
It's a matter of time. You gotta be an adult for a little bit and make some responsible money decisions, and then once I've done that, then I can make some more irresponsible money decisions,
Absolutely.
and we'll get there. Okay, dude, so do you wanna go right into marketplace stuff, or do any of these topics that we have, interest you? I mean, you're kind of a JDM guy. And I've had this one on my list for a while, and I haven't talked about it. Did you see the R34, the active red that sold at auction in Japan? Gosh, maybe like a month ago this point, and it was 350K.
No. Wow, was it a Type 2 or I'm not as knowledgeable about JDM, but I had my WRXs, so that,
Yeah.
like, puts me in that camp.
Yeah. The active red, I mean, I'm not gonna like pretend like I know all about like the paint codes and all that. I had to look it up to figure it out, but they only made 122 active red, basically just a red R34, and they only made 122 of them throughout like the whole 5 or 6 year production run of the R34, and then it sold for 350K.
Wow.
And that's like I think it was maybe a V spec or something like that, but like the M specs and like all the crazy whatever edition of the Skylines, like some of them are pulling in like 400 to 500 and the Z Tune is like a million. But like this is like kind of just a almost generic but rare paint color R34 selling for
Mm.
350K.
I think if you have a iconic car in a rare paint color, you're always going to demand a premium
Yeah.
one way or another. It doesn't surprise me. I mean, we've seen R34 prices skyrocket since they've been able to be imported into the
Yeah.
States. So now that you have that money being funneled into that market, we're going to only see those continue to skyrocket. However, I don't think the R34 itself is a relatively rare car,
Yeah.
right? Aren't they kind of all over Japan?
They had a 5 or 6 year production run. I don't know what the production number was, but, like, it wasn't a rare car by any means. I mean, it's rare to us because we never got it,
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
it's I don't think it's ever gonna be like 2014 again when the R32 first became legal and you could pick one up for, like, 25 grand, and, we were in high school at the time, like, I was watching it closely. I don't know, like, were you watching that at all when those cars kind of started to come in, or
I was honestly, I've been a German connoisseur since I
Okay.
was 15,
Yeah.
16, and I was looking at the 911 market. I was never really looking at the JDM market
Okay.
of what we could import.
Okay. Yeah. Maybe I shouldn't have gotten us on this
No,
tangent,
no,
but
no, that's
I
it's
was I was
interesting.
watching I was watching it and, like, dude, you could really get, like, a clean low mile R32, like, no rust for, like, 30 grand when they first started becoming legal, and now, like, even some rusty ones are, like, still
Yeah.
40-ish, and I just don't know if we're ever gonna get down to that, like, when they first became legal, but the R34 is definitely at its peak right now. I don't think it'll last. You're already starting to see the values come down a little bit. That one's definitely gonna hold its value the most out of all of them, but I think it's definitely at its peak for sure.
Well, I see Skylines all the time on Marketplace, and no matter what the spec is, if it's a GTR, it's gonna be
Yeah.
over 6 figures, but if it's a GTT or GTS, um, I think right, GTS, that's one
Yeah.
of the specs or one of the, trims, they're still I haven't seen anything under 30
Yeah.
grand. I see a bunch of the sedans now getting imported here, and I think those are clean. I think I saw in here the Nissan Stagea.
Yeah.
That's a cool car.
Dude,
That's really
thank you.
cool. Yeah.
I love that car. It's so cool. And then you can swap. Have you seen the R34 front end swaps?
Yes.
I love that.
Yeah. That's actually what I saw when I looked those up,
Oh,
was
really?
only R34 front end swaps.
Dude, I want one so bad. There's one on Cars and Bids right now that's been R34 front end swapped, which was actually also a giveaway car. I know we were
Okay.
talking earlier about that Lexus on
Oh, yeah.
Marketplace, but that one was also a giveaway car, and the guy's selling it because he has like a kid or something coming. So I wonder, that sounded really good, whatever that was. We're recording outside and we just heard something go
Yeah.
by. Um, yeah, I really like the look of those. They made a special edition of those where they put the GTR motor in the Stagia.
Really?
Yeah, so you could get it from the factory with the GTR engine.
That's so cool.
Otherwise, it had the RB25, like the baby brother of the GTR motor. I really want one of those.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I would take one. I'm
Yeah.
I'm a wagon guy through and
I
through.
love wagons.
Yeah.
Yeah, wagons are underrated.
I always say my ideal garage has an RS6 or an E63 wagon in it, a 911, and then some sort of manual sedan.
Yeah.
I'm that's like that's the garage for me, you
So
know.
you're cutting at no SUV?
That's for my partner to drive or whatever. I mean, I would have an SUV or a truck, but I would focus on my 3 first, and
Yeah.
then hopefully
Have somebody else in your life with
yeah,
an
yeah,
SUV for
yeah,
when you need it.
exactly.
Yeah, no, I get that.
For the kids or whatever.
100%, 100%. Well, dude, you're the first guest that I've had on that actually brought, like, marketplace listings to the
Okay.
table, which is very refreshing. Not that, like, I'm frustrated with people that don't, but you came in with some fire contributions. You wanna get into
Thank
them?
you. Absolutely.
Alright, we're gonna pull up some marketplace listings. Which one do you wanna start with? The FD?
Yeah, let's hop in. We're on the JDM topic. Let's hop into the FD.
Alright.
16,500 FDRX7. I remember during COVID when these cars or post-COVID when even a shell was, I don't know, 30, 40, $50,000
For a shell?
for a shell, I believe. I could be so wrong on this, but I just like the Supras, these also were skyrocketed in value.
Okay.
And I've seen 2 this week that were sub $20,000. Now, with FDs, you typically have to reseal those apex seals or redo. I'm not too familiar with rotary engines, but 16,500, even for you to drop a new engine in there or rebuild seems like a bargain.
Yeah, I mean, so this one's an auto. It's an auto. It's got a red interior. That's kind of cool, but it
Okay.
needs to be reupholstered. It needs paint work. I just, for me, man, I think I'm out. It needs. You said it needs a new engine, or does it run?
I assume any of
Oh, it
them
says it
need a new
runs and
engine.
drives, but I believe it has a blown coolant seal.
Yeah.
Is that apex seal that you're
That
talking about?
it might be.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, it needs a new interior. It's an auto. Needs paint work. I'd rather you could buy a right-hand drive FD from Japan that, depending on its condition and mileage, maybe 30 to 40K
Okay.
and be okay. I'd honestly personally, I'd just rather shell out more money, but if you want a project car and you, like, want something to work on, this is valid.
Well, even if you buy that right-hand drive one from Japan, you're still gonna have to work on it, so
That's true. It's an RX-7, dude.
yeah.
Something's gonna happen. Is that like your JDM car?
I honestly think my JDM car would be an NSX.
Yeah. Old
Personally,
one?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, those early generation NSXs.
With
However,
the pop-ups?
yeah, oh, man, I think those are the '90s because I know they made them until '06, I think, or '04.
Okay.
Um, but seeing an FD that cheap really surprised me, so I wanted to throw it on here
Dude, yeah.
in case anybody's looking for a terrible financial, decision.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, we're not giving should I'd need, like, include some sort of legal disclaimer
Yeah,
about how, like,
yeah,
this is
it's
not financial
financial
advice.
advice.
Yeah, and they can't, like, sue us for anything that we say on this podcast. I don't know. I don't have a lawyer, but I'll find one.
I give terrible financial advice, and, that's my world, so
Yeah. Well, do we wanna move into the next one, or
why don't you
you want
let's
me to
hear
go through?
yours.
Alright, here's my terrible financial decision, is the Maserati, man.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
a 2014 Gran Turismo Gran Lusso. I don't really know anything about, like, the specs or whatever, like,
Yep.
different sub-variants of the Gran Turismo, but, um, it's a 14 with 55,000 miles, and it's 15,750.
Wow. Wait, it's
I
got 4
55,000 miles, and it's 16 grand.
have you heard these before?
No,
The
they
engine note?
sound good. 4.7?
Oh, it's got the V8? Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a buy. Ferrari-derived V8 right
Yeah.
there.
I don't I'm trying to just 16 grand seems too good to be true, dude. Like, what's this thing hiding? Like, what's wrong with
Everything,
it?
everything,
Everything?
yeah.
I mean, the interior looks good. There's no rips, there's no tears. It's a 14, so it's, like, kind of
Uh,
modern.
there's a video of it.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
I bet that car smells like a Romanian bathhouse. There's no way it doesn't.
Dude, oh, notes. Stereo currently has no sound, priced accordingly. I think that's not what's driving that price.
No, it's a Stellantis product, so,
Yeah.
um, it's gonna have all of the issues and more, probably 2 leaking valve covers, so it's got that V8. However, I will say, Doug DeMuro just dropped a video about a manual swapped, um, uh, what is it? Manual swap the coupe, Gran Turismo.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I believe it was manual swap because it's got the 4.7. So there could be a alternative universe where you could manual swap one of these Quattroportes.
Yeah.
Um, you shouldn't,
Yeah.
but it could happen if it's the same engine.
I mean, that'd be pretty sweet. That'd
Yeah, it
be
would be.
fun too. So 16 grand, you're buying this?
Yeah, absolutely. I don't want to, but it's to have a Ferrari derived V8, 16 grand, I would take it.
Yeah, I'm so worried about what this thing's hiding. It's pretty cool though. I do like it.
They're the
Maseratis sound really good.
The V8s and the V6 sound really nice. The interior is not the best.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely dated. It looks okay. Some of the older ones especially don't look very good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember in high school, you could get a lease deal on a Ghibli for like 5.99 a month or 4.99 a month.
Really?
Yeah, they've got kind of the same interior.
Were they just trying to they weren't selling, so they're just trying to get them,
I
get their
don't
money back
know.
somehow. Because like, that's not a bad deal.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
I don't know, but whatever issues the V8 has probably is half of the amount of issues, or sorry, that V6 has double the amount of issues as that V8.
Yeah.
I would imagine.
Mm. Yeah, this one's got the V8, man.
Great pick.
I think it's very cool, and I think somebody should buy it, but not me.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
just I want I'm I'm tired of having things that don't work. Well, I mean, the BMW worked, it just had to get fixed. Okay, it's kind of
Everything works until
yeah.
you get it fixed.
Yeah, that's right,
Or
I know.
sorry, everything will work if you get it fixed.
Yeah, I can't even if I had 16 grand to throw away at this right now, which, I mean, I guess I do, but not really. I'm not doing it.
Okay, let me ask you this. I think you can get a 14 S63, maybe not similar mileage, higher mileage S63, but that
The AMG?
yeah,
Oh, I'd
for
buy that.
for around the same price, maybe like 23.
That was
So,
with the was that with the V12?
no, that's a 65.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
So what the 63 have? Is it the
Yeah,
4 liter?
V8.
Yeah, I'd
Yeah,
buy that. That's a buy.
5-turbo.
That's a
Yeah,
buy over this.
that's a buy over that.
Yeah,
Those interiors are so nice on that Generation S class.
it
Oh my
aged well,
gosh. Yeah, they did. They're beautiful cars.
for sure. You wanna go into the next one?
Yep. So,
P car time.
oh man, I'm so sorry. I'm a huge fan of I think it's the 987 Cayenne. This might be the 985 generation. This is a Cayenne GTS. They even listed the cars and bids sale that I was going to reference. It's in that special red color that I think these cars launched in. It's a manual car, $19,000. It is up there in the mileage, 217,000, but you're getting a manual Cayenne GTS. Pretty cool find with where this market is going.
I love that this thing was driven.
Yeah.
Like, this thing was clearly driven, and that's awesome because it's saying here, 134 manual GTS to North America in 2008 through 2010, so that's 2 years and only 134. And you said it's got this color too, like, I mean, it's red, man. It's in your face.
These are
It's cool.
rare cars.
Yeah. I would this is a buy. I know I said I wanted something reliable, I don't
Yeah.
care, this is a buy.
So, surprisingly, I've heard really good things about the reliability behind this power plant. I've been looking at '08 Cayenne S's as a fun off-roader, because I think they have 2 locking differentials. The transfer case is really solid, and that V8 that's in them is known for reliability. If you look at the mileage, across Marketplace on those cars, you'll see them all day for 150 to 300,000 miles, on that engine,
Huh.
relatively reliably.
So you think you could get another 100K out of this?
I think if you do the proper maintenance, you might have to do some extra work in there, undoubtedly. I mean, 300,000 is a lot of miles, but
Yeah.
I think you could get, another 100 out of it for sure.
Yep. This thing's so cool.
Isn't it neat?
It really is. Let's see, it needs windshield cracked, whatever, that's easy.
Sure.
Check engine light on, lean condition, typical
Uh-oh.
intake vacuum. I don't know what any of that means. Um,
Well, plastic vacuum lines on these
okay.
cars, yeah, they're gonna need to be
So it's
replaced.
just yeah, it's just old brittle plastic, you
Yeah.
know.
It's you run into that with these German cars.
Sure. Center support bearing. I don't know what that means for this, but that sounds
It sounds
dangerous.
expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cosmetic wear. I mean, yeah, sure. It um could probably use a PPF and what's the other thing? The clear coat paint correction.
Yeah,
It could probably use a paint correction and then a PPF.
but 10,000 in maintenance first. Is what it
But yeah,
sounds like.
that's true. Yeah. Nope. I don't
Uh,
care. This is still a buy. This would be so cool to turn into like you said, like an overland build. Like
yeah.
just put a little lift on it and some tires.
There's actually I don't know if he's a TikToker or a YouTuber, British guy who just bought one, and he has paint matched wheels. There's a multi-spoke wheel that came on these,
Okay.
and they're paint matched. His spec is phenomenal, and I think he paid 19,000 pounds
Okay.
for his, or 20,000 pounds. In the US, that would be as you saw that Cars and Bids listing, that would be a almost $100,000 car. So
Yeah.
very cool.
The cars and bids listing is insane. I mean, $97,000, 97.5, 34,000 miles.
Oh, okay.
People want this car, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's sick.
I'm in that group. I want that car.
Hell yeah.
All right.
Um,
What do you have next?
well, let's see if it'll load. I can't even remember what I decided on. Bear with me. Oh yeah, we're gonna talk about this car.
Yep.
Is it gone? It's not loading or it's gone. All right. I'm picking a new one.
All right.
Screw it.
G90 M5 wagon.
Yeah.
It's adjacent.
Talk about wagons.
Yeah. This could be a wagon episode.
Dude, I like wagons. So we're pulling up if you're just now joining us, because it took me a second to find one because the three things I tried to pull up were all gone. We're pulling up a new G90. That is what it is, right?
I
G90?
think so.
Yeah, G90 M5 wagon. This one's here in Tennessee. I don't know how many of these we got in the US, but I love that we got them because they made the E60 M5 was a wagon. Well, they had a wagon
Yes.
variant, and we never got it.
No, that's a cool car.
Yeah, V10 wagon. I mean, talk about appreciation. Like, I wonder how much those are going to be worth.
Once you can import them into the States, a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah, all of the money.
yeah,
Ooh, that sounded good.
that sounded good too.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're having some cool cars fly by us. I can't tell what it was though. Um,
But what do you think about the price tag on these? That's a little steep. 130, 5,000 miles too. So this might be they might be trying to charge over sticker.
yeah, when you've got an RS6, like you can buy one that's a few years old for less than 100 grand.
Less than 80 grand now.
Yeah,
Mid 70 cars.
yeah, and they still make a ton of power. They look probably better. They probably look better than this.
Yeah,
I
they
think that
do.
I like this is really cool. I think it looks better. This is a boat, man. They're heavy, but they make a ton of power. And I obviously haven't driven one, but from what I can gather, they don't handle like you think they would. They
Okay.
handle a lot. Like, they're a lot tighter than you would think for how big it is.
I could see that.
Apparently, it's like pretty impressive how well that car handles despite its weight. So I still think I'd go RS6 over this.
I've heard that these don't sound the best. And the RS6s you can make sound disgusting. I mean, those cars get so loud. That 4-liter twin turbo V8 from Audi is notorious for its sound,
Yeah.
and also being able to push more power. With these G series BMWs, I know, especially with the G80 M3s, you're having to have the ECU sent out to be unlocked, and that could be the case as well with these G90s. I'm not sure about the modability, but you've got the hybrid powertrain now. I I like these cars and I love the fact that they brought them to the States, but I don't know if I'm picking this over an RS6.
I agree, man. I do like this interior more though.
Really?
I really
Okay.
like this interior. I mean, it kind of looks basically like a G80 interior, but
Yeah.
just a little bit different. And I like the big screen, panoramic screen.
It's a good screen.
I like it. If I could swap this interior with the RS6, then that'd be perfect.
The only caveat I'll put in there, the RS6 seats, you can get it in like a saddle brown and they're the quilted leather bucket seats.
Ooh, that's
Those are
true.
good seats.
That's
That's my
true.
only argument to that.
The
Aside,
quilted leather looks so good. I forgot about that.
I don't think you can get buckets in these. And if you could get G80 buckets in this, then I would be like, all right.
Yeah,
The seats, as nitpicky as it is, the seats matter to me.
100%. 100%. Yeah, dude. This is cool. I definitely am taking an RS6 over this, however. Um, I mean, we got time. Is there anything else that you really want to talk about? Like marketplace wise before we keep moving?
Um, I see that you have on here. Well, I mean, if we wanted to go wagons, we could go the Panamera wagon, because that's coming up to being a bargain.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's an RS6.
While we're talking about wagons, man. Yeah, this one it's a 2020 Panamera Sport Turismo, so it's a wagon.
Yeah,
And let's see, it says it's modified. I like the wheels on it. Let's see.
I love these.
These are cool. I don't you don't see a lot of them. Like, I don't know how much of these that they made, but you really don't see a lot of them. And then the same thing with the Taycan wagons. You don't really see a lot of those either.
No, y
I guess, could you even technically call those a wagon? I don't know what they're officially
it's
called,
it's
but
all it's the same, like, cross Turismo, Sport
yeah,
Turismo that they call these Panameras.
yeah.
Um,
I mean, this one's got 49,000 miles. It says tasteful mod. Well, it doesn't really tell you. It just says tasteful mods.
it's
So I
got
don't.
HREs on it.
Yeah, I don't know if that means he just slapped HREs, called it a day. I don't know if this thing has downpipes in a tune or.
So, since it's a 4, it's only got the V6.
Okay.
However, they made these in the GTS and in the Turbo SE hybrid, so you could get this car with, I think, almost 700 horsepower.
Okay. I assumed this was V8, so it's not even a V8?
This one is not, but
Okay.
they
But they made it in a V
absolutely.
in the
Yeah.
wagon?
Oh, yeah,
Oh, that's sick. Okay. I so it's I mean, I think you have a better grasp than I do on the market for these. Is 53 fair for this? Should it be less? Because it's not the V8.
I think they've inflated the price due to their tasteful
Yeah,
modifications.
the HREs probably aren't cheap.
Yeah, I think this is really a 43 car.
Yeah.
Um, I believe GTSs are still in the 60s, but the GTS is an RS6, and that's basically a $10,000 cheaper RS6.
When you say it's an RS6, I mean, obviously it's VAG, it's all the same, like, ownership,
Yeah.
but is it the same engine?
Oh, there's no way it's not got the 4-liter twin turbo V8 that the
Okay,
RS6 has in it. Yeah.
nice.
It's probably detuned, but you can throw a tune on it.
Yeah.
It's there's no way it's not on the same chassis either. I know VAG has been kind of bleeding money recently, and so the RSQ8 I believe shares the platform with the Urus and with the Bentegas and with the Cayenne. So it wouldn't surprise me if this is the same, using that same ideology that they use with their other cars.
Yeah. I Now that I know this is a six-cylinder, man, I think I might be out.
You're out.
Yeah.
I like the interior on these.
I do like the interior. If you could get it, I would do 45 for it.
Yeah.
I'd do 45. I wouldn't do 50, 53.
The problem with 45 though is every time you saw like 2 times in your life that you would see the GTS or the Turbo S, you'd be like, "I wish I had that car."
Yeah.
That's the problem with this.
They're rare, man. I don't think I've ever even seen a GTS wagon.
I've seen some cool ski builds, like roof
Yes.
box and
Yeah.
yeah,
That'd be cool. That'd be different. You just don't really see them.
and just to be clear, this is not, I believe this is not a wagon podcast, but, while while we're on the topic of wagons,
Dude, do it.
yeah, no, that Panamera just kinda ties it up. Those are neat.
Yep. Well, you wanna keep moving?
Yeah.
There was let's see, I'm trying to find there was something that I saw you put a note on. It was the G65,
Oh my
the V
gosh.
with the V12.
Those are excellent cars.
Yeah, and I feel like everybody it, like, broke the internet when they first came out because 'cause they're like, "Holy crap, they put a V12 in a G-Wagon," and I feel like nobody remembers them.
So when I was in college, there was one in a parking garage where I worked. And every day when I drove past that G65, I would stop and stare at it for
Yeah,
like, I don't know, 3 minutes because you just don't see those cars.
yeah.
And when I saw that it had that V12 badge, those are really special wagons.
I,
I think they're expensive too. They're
yeah, I
still
was
pulling
looking
money.
at when I first they're still pulling money, they're pulling less than I thought they would be. When I first was looking them up, like, there's one with well, actually, that's a 4 by 4. Here, we'll pull up Bring a Trailer and see what that says.
835 mile S2000. It's crazy.
So there's one live right now, it's got 5 days left, it's at 67,000. Um, One sold not that long ago, for 45,000 miles for 94 grand. I mean, these had like a MSRP of, I think, like close to 200 grand or more.
Yeah, I believe it was, maybe 225.
Yeah. So, I mean, obviously we know Mercedes depreciate. Um, kind of on par for this. These are would you say these are kind of a bargain now?
Yeah, I think you can get, a 2016 G63 for maybe 10, 15K less than this, so,
Yeah,
I'm choosing the V12 all day
100%,
over the V8.
100%.
But have you ridden in one of these cars? Like, just this generation G-Wagon?
No.
Oh, man, it's got the same interior as, like, a s I don't even wanna say C-Class because I think this a 16 C-Class had a better interior.
Oh, it's that bad?
It's that bad.
Yeah.
They're solid cars, but they're
The new ones are great.
yeah,
The
the
new
new ones are
gens are great,
beautiful.
yeah,
Yeah.
but the interior is just rough, or
I
it's just dated.
yeah, it reminds me if you look up, like, a 2013 GLs or ML or GL, they switched it up right around there. That's the same interior as that G550. It's still got big buttons on it for you to press to dial on the phone. They're pretty bad.
Did you say GL 450?
Well, go 2016 G550 interior. It's the same on the, 63s.
Alright, let's check this out. I mean, it definitely looks dated.
Yeah, that's all you get.
Yeah, it hasn't aged well, has it?
By contrast, the 2016 S550 interior, which is kind of like the sedan version of this car,
Yeah.
is beautiful.
Alright, we're pulling it up, S550 interior.
Yeah,
That's better.
they didn't throw that in the G-Class.
That's so much better. The screen integration into the dash is better.
I s
Yeah.
I remember going on the Mercedes-Benz website in high school and looking at the MSRP for, the G550, and it was I can't remember if it was 94 or, like, 120, and the S-Class had an MSRP of mid-80s,
Okay.
high 90s, so, similar MSRP cars, but just completely different, design on the interior, which
Yeah,
is tough.
for sure. But are you buying the V12?
Yeah, I'm buying the
Let's
V12,
go.
absolutely.
Yeah, I am too. Just ignore the maintenance that comes along with it, but it's yeah.
Yeah, that's
It's a V12 SUV. When was the last time we had that? The Lambo
the
from
Lambo
the
Rambo.
'70s?
Did that
The LM oh gosh,
the Lam
LM001?
the Lamu
I think it had
LM002?
a Countach motor, or
Oh,
like it
okay.
was like basically the same as the Countach motor.
They have one at 111, or they had one at 111.
Countach?
No, the LM002.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, super those are really neat. The
The
interiors
tire
are cool.
Yeah, the tires are, like, something to behold, like, the tires were made, like, specifically for that car.
I think they were built for military use,
Oh, really?
if I'm not mistaken, like, some prince somewhere was like, I want a Lambo as my military SUV."
Huh, and they're just like, "Yeah, sure."
I think so. I
Huh.
could be wrong.
I don't know anything about the history of those cars.
G-Wagon is the same
Yeah,
story, though.
military car.
Yeah. You had some really good, potential future classics on there that I saw.
Which one?
The Honda Civic Type R.
Yeah, I don't know. I have so many mixed emotions about that car. The talking about the newer gen ones,
Yep.
the first run, like, the one that's out right now looks pretty good.
Yeah.
I hate the way I'm gonna call it the first gen because I don't know what it's actually called.
Think they're like FK4 or
Okay.
yeah, it's some weird
Some Honda fanboy is gonna
designation.
flame me for not knowing what it's
Yeah,
called and saying I
yeah,
don't like it. Well, I don't care. I don't like it, and I don't care, like, to learn what the chassis code is, but I just I don't like the way it looked. The new one looks a lot better.
yep.
I It was expensive, it was underpowered. I don't wanna spend 45 grand on a, what, 200 horsepower, 220, 240, something like
I
that?
think they're in the 3s.
Okay.
I think
So it's a little bit more than
they're
I
low
thought.
3s, yeah.
But a front wheel drive car, I don't have any interest in front wheel drive. Well, I want a rear wheel drive car.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah,
BMWs,
yeah,
man.
yeah.
F80 comp, E92 M3, like I want to spin the rear tires. And the new ones look a lot better. I think those will end up playing out better than the last gen.
Yeah.
But I'd tell you what I actually would drive, the Integra.
Oh
The
my
Integra
gosh.
Type
They
S.
look so
It
good.
looks so good, and
Yeah.
it's the same I think it's the same motor as the
Yep.
Type R.
Same interior too. The
Oh,
interior
really?
is like copy and paste.
Okay, I
Yeah.
didn't even know that, but I love the way that looks. It looks so good.
They're beautiful
Yeah.
cars. Like genuinely beautiful cars.
That's my, like, guilty plepleasure car. Like,
Really?
I
Okay.
it's like where well, no, a hot hatch is my
Yeah.
guilty pleasure car, but I just it's 'cause I know it sounds probably crazy that I'm saying I hate one thing and I like the other when underneath it's the same thing, but it's purely aesthetic for me, man. I love the way the new Integra looks, and I think they're doing an Integra Type R.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, that'll be cool.
I think there's been a let's pull it up, man, because I think they released something, unless maybe it was AI or fake news. Oh, wait, whoops. I can't type.
And you really never know nowadays.
Type S. We're gonna do Type R.
You'll see a spy shot that is so clearly not a real spy shot.
I don't know if it was teased or if it let's see, reports suggest that an Acura Integra Type R is in development, so we don't know for sure.
Oh, that's
But that's a
such a
Type A like, that
oh
looks so
man.
good.
The gold wheels too.
Yeah. I'm a fan of those. Where do you think where I guess we were talking about the Type R, but before I got on a tangent, but
No, I
what do you
like
think
this
about
better.
these?
The Type S will be a future classic, in my opinion. I
Yeah.
mean, I don't know how the values will I don't know how they'll appreciate.
They're still expensive.
Yeah,
The Type Rs are still expensive too.
yep. So I think that's a testament of how good of cars they are, truly, despite them being front wheel drive. But I think we could see in 20 years it being coveted, kind of the same way that the Integra Type S is, that first gen Type S is today. So
Yep.
I'm not I'm not really sure what that's gonna look like, but, for now, I love them, and, I every time I see one, I'm like, "That's."
You sound like a JDM guy at heart,
I
man.
don't I swear I'm not. Actually, I have a better future classic, and I think I added it to the list, the, Ford Focus RS.
Yep.
You're a hot hatch guy?
I so I like the Focus RS. There was a time where I was kind of window shopping at them.
Yeah,
If I were to buy one, it would be the RS. I wouldn't get like the Fiesta ST or the Focus ST. It'd have to be the RS.
of course.
I want the blue.
Yeah,
The blue looks
it's
so
gotta be the
good.
blue.
Um,
Blue's good.
but I feel like there's like a stigma in the car community about um Ford hatchback owners.
Really? Okay.
And I don't think it necessarily applies to golf guys, like Volkswagen Golf guys. But I feel like there's definitely a stigma about this car, and so that's why it'd be a guilty pleasure car for me.
Okay.
I really want to own one at some point, or at least drive one. Um, I love how it has the drift mode.
Yeah, so cool.
I think they're pretty affordable right now, but I think these are definitely going to be a future classic.
Yeah, I agree with that, and give it 15, 20 years. I believe they're still holding near their MSRP, low mileage ones. Um, I've heard really good things about how they drive. I do know that they have head gasket issues, something
Okay.
about their head gasket. I don't know, leaking or engines had to be replaced. I'm not really sure what the deal is, but some sort of big reliability concern there. However, that's another car where when I see one on the road, I'm like, "I'm jealous of you."
Yeah.
You've got something that I want.
They sounded pretty good too.
Yeah, they did. They
Yeah.
had that little pop,
Yeah.
pop and crack,
You
but
could tune it, make
mhm,
some decent power out of it. I think it was almost 400 horsepower just from the factory.
350.
Yeah.
So, you said that your guilty pleasure car would be a hot hatch. Do you have a better hot hatch than an RS?
I don't know. It's probably that one. Maybe the brand new GR,
Oh,
the
man.
Corolla GR.
I saw 2 today,
Yeah,
and I love
I
those.
really like the way those look.
And the blue is I believe they've got a blue.
I haven't seen one in the blue.
It's very similar to the Focus RS blue.
Okay.
I know they have the red.
Dude, these are pretty affordable too.
What are yeah, that
Oh, that
blue.
blue?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that. I think I want one in like the silver,
Oh,
like that.
such a good looking car.
It's weird because I want the Ford in the blue, but I want this in silver. I don't know. I just like that. The silver and the black. I like that a lot. But didn't these have like a 3-cylinder?
Three-cylinder turbo,
Yeah.
300 horsepower, and there is rumors that Toyota's gonna drop a four-cylinder turbo in it
That's the
next.
one I want.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I wonder how these sound. They probably you can I mean,
I
they probably don't sound great.
I think they sound pretty okay.
Okay.
The launch edition one's got that weird 3 exit exhaust. I don't know
Yeah.
if you've seen that, but
Oh
it's
yeah.
like 2 and then 1 big one in the middle.
Type R vibes.
Yeah, 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 major Type R vibes. Another JDM. This will be every 16-year-old's dream in
You think
15
so?
years. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
If you're a car enthusiast who's 16, getting that first car, you're probably begging your parents um, for a GR Corolla, but
I have a friend that just got one of these and he's not in town. Well, I want to have him on because he works for somebody in like some sort of professional racing circuit and he
oh,
has
okay.
one of these and I hope he'll let me drive it. Um I really like the way these look.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is this to me is it's not a future classic, but I think it'll go down like the GTI, and I remember, when I got my GTI, I every time I saw one, I really wanted to get into one, and I think people, in 10, 15 years will look at this kind of the same.
Yeah. What do you think is going to be stronger, the Focus RS or the Corolla?
I think the Corolla is gonna be a more reliable car.
Like what about value wise? I think the
Oh,
RS is going to be worth more.
yeah, I
Yeah.
agree.
Okay. Same page.
Yep.
Same page. Um let's see. I want to talk about the B8.5 RS5.
Oh, I saw one of those today too.
Yeah. Well, we saw one at
We
the
saw
meet.
one,
Yeah.
yeah.
These are cheap right now.
They're really, like, sub 30, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
One sold. I'll pay attention whenever one pops up on Bring a Trailer Cars and Bids. But just so I'm not pulling numbers out of my butt. Let's see. Here, dude, this one sold for 22.
Oh, how many miles?
81,000.
That's that
22.
that seems like a great deal.
Is it a rebuilt title? No, it's a clean title. Why did this sell for $22,000? Like, it's had a like this was like the E92 M3, the Audi competitor version.
Well, 1st
Um,
gen R8, I believe it's had the same V8 as this RS5.
oh really?
I I'm not 100% sure, but I can't imagine Audi was producing that many. Is this a 4.2?
Yeah.
Yeah, then I think the R8 was also a 4. Oh, there's a Huracan or
Oh
a
yeah, yeah. We just heard it.
yeah, or a R8, but speak of the devil, I think the
Same thing.
yeah, I think the R8, had the same 4.2 as this.
Yeah, and I mean, here's another one for 25.5, 61,000 miles,
Wow.
dude. E92 M3 with 61,000 miles is 10 grand more.
And you had a B8.5 S5.
I did have a B8 and a half S5, very different car. I destroyed it.
Oh,
I
yeah.
crashed it. I didn't literally destroy it. It got totaled out very easily.
Okay.
Um, Driving on a back road, cheap tires, no traction, and then I never bought cheap tires again. Well, it came on the car when I bought it, and I was waiting to burn them out before I paid for PS4Ss. So
That's wild, all-wheel drive car
yeah,
too, right?
I came around this turn. It had just rained. It was a back road, and I came around a turn a little bit too hot, and slowed down going into the turn, and then slowed down even more, and then we just lost traction and
Oh,
slid and
no.
bounced off of a concrete wall. But I mean, we hit it going like 15, so like no airbags,
Okay.
no frame damage. Literally just needed new wheel, new I can't remember like
Rear
what.
quarter panel?
No, the back was fine. It was all in the front. And the piece of the suspension, like maybe one of the tie rods or something. I don't know what the part is called, but it was a piece of suspension had sheared.
Okay.
So it was big piece of metal somewhere in the suspension. I don't know. I'm gonna sound like an idiot, but I have photos of it somewhere, and I don't know I can't remember the technical term, but yeah, it needs some suspension work because I snapped part of it. And then I found it on Facebook Marketplace a month and a half later.
Really?
Yeah,
Was it
all
rebuilt?
fixed. Yeah, it was fixed, and
Uh,
I almost bought it back.
really?
I already had the BMW,
What
but
was it selling for?
17.
That's
And what did I pay for it? 17.
Really?
Yeah.
No way.
It was a rebuilt title when I bought it,
Oh,
and then
okay.
they rebuilt it again.
Yeah.
So I got a bargain on it, but,
Oh, man.
that was a fun car, obviously different train than this one,
Yep.
but I liked that one because it was so freaking tunable. That one was stage 2 plus,
Big pulley, that whole
big pulley,
yeah.
yeah, it was probably I never had a dyno, but, like, going off of their numbers, it was probably around 450 crank
Okay.
ish. And I had planned to do more to it, but alas. But insurance paid me out more than I paid for the car, and then
That's
in
all that
came the
matters.
E92 M3, and so I win. It's funny, one of my friends who was actually in the car with me, when I crashed the S5, he keeps bugging me every single time I put out a new episode. He's saying, "When are you going to talk about the S5?
Oh,
When are you going to
no.
talk about the
Here it
S5?" And
is.
he's not a car guy. So there you go, Will. That's the story. It's out in the public now. You're welcome. But sorry for the tangent. Going back to the RS5, man, banger.
So actually, I brought up your S5 because I think the B8.5 interiors are incredible. I love the interior on those cars. I had a B8 A4, so really similar interior, a little bit more dated.
Yep,
But I feel like the flow of these interiors was kind of perfect. You've got that driver-centered cockpit. I always love the start-stop button being right there on the center console.
yep.
Really, these cars have aged so elegantly as well.
It's funny that you mentioned the interior because when I first got my E92, I hated the
Those
interior.
interiors are pretty
And I
bad.
got used to it, and I was like, "Damn it, I miss the Audi interior so much."
Yep.
I love the flat bottom steering wheel. I hated the cup holders on my E90,
Oh,
E92.
yeah,
Yeah,
with
where those
the
slide out over here and the little
yeah.
quick draw, dude. The interior for these is just undefeated.
Um, alright, this is a really hot question then. Would you rather have an RS5 or your E92?
E92,
Yeah,
all day,
I agree.
all day. And it's mainly because I wanted in a manual, and this never came in a manual.
It's the biggest downfall of this car.
It really is, man. I think this will definitely be a future classic. I think this is as cheap as they're going to get. I don't
Yeah.
think they're going to get any cheaper. I mean, it revved to 8,200 RPM. It's the same red line as a S65 and the E92.
And
I don't understand why they're so cheap.
you see how the B7 RS4 market is. Those are mid-30s cars all
Yeah,
day for, a clean one, so or maybe that's for a not clean one, but, that's still commanding pretty higher dollar. I think you're spot on.
look how well this car aged, man. You don't
It's
think that's a
so
12-year-old
nice.
old car.
No.
And then it had the little spoiler that would pop up. I was trying to add that to my S5.
Oh, really?
I was trying to do a trunk swap and then run the wiring and then just hook it up to a little switch. I was trying to make my car basically an RS5, minus the engine. You had the big brakes, fancy discs. I would still buy an E92, another E92
Yeah.
before this, but I really like these cars. Um,
So this is a weird sidebar, but I think the moment I gained consciousness, I was driving down the road and a B8 A4 with the new LED headlights. You know how it had that like swooping
yeah,
design.
yeah.
I I don't know why it's ingrained in my memory, but I saw that, and then I think my brain was like, "You're gonna like cars now." And ever since then, I've been
That was the car?
yeah, and I started with Audis. So
Yeah,
I was really into Audis for a long time, and then, the BMW bug got me, so
it happens.
it happens.
Welcome to the dark
Yeah,
side.
I know.
Let's see. I guess moving through the list here. What's calling your name? You know what? I liked this one. I didn't know this existed. We're talking about a Genesis G70.
Yep,
I didn't know. Well, I mean, I obviously knew the car existed. I did not know a manual was offered.
for like 2 years,
Yeah.
manual was offered. I think that'll be, I'm not gonna call it a future classic, but I bet that's a $20,000 car.
Would you say it's underrated?
Yeah, yeah, that's a great way to describe it. Just an
Yeah.
underrated, the interiors aren't bad, I'm sure they drive decently well, and for 250 horsepower manual,
Dude, the interior of these are really nice. My
okay.
roommate's brother has a G90. Um,
Those are nice cars.
and it's a nice car. It's a twin turbo V6 making like 450 horsepower.
Is it that 3.3 liter?
I have no
Okay.
idea. I really don't know anything about Hyundais. Um, let's see. Okay, no, it's pulled it up.
Oh, is that, like, their S-Class competitor?
Yeah, it's pretty damn close. I think this is a little bit it's a little bit different. That's close enough. What year is his? I don't know. I think he has a G90, maybe he has a G70. I'm gonna sound like an idiot now. Um,
Because that's, like, I think the G70 is the more, like, sport
no,
car.
he has a G90, but his is like a 2021 or something like that. But
$108,000 MSRP?
yeah,
Holy.
but dude, these things are super nice. It sounds like this one is like just as nice, but more affordable. I mean, 250 horsepower doesn't sound like a lot, but I mean, you got a manual. Um, you know if it's all-wheel drive?
I don't.
Okay.
It's probably front-wheel drive.
Yeah.
It wouldn't surprise me.
I mean, I was saying that 250 isn't enough for a Honda Civic, but it's not. I mean, it's also front-wheel drive. I still probably wouldn't get either, but I'd say it's definitely an underrated car.
Yeah, yeah,
I
honestly,
think it looks better. The
I
interior is probably a
agree.
lot nicer.
It might get stolen, but that's neither here nor there. Um, I I think the GLA 45 is worth mentioning too.
Dude, I mean, we're on a hot hatch roll. I mean,
Yeah.
minus the, past couple cars we've been talking about. Um, I knew these existed, but I didn't pay them any attention.
So first generation, when these came out, same interior as that G550
Okay.
you just saw. These were about 50 grand, 60 grand brand new. They sounded incredible for no reason. I don't know what Mercedes was doing during this time period, but the first generation GLA 45 looks pretty good. You could get a little wing on it. Um, kind of cool bucket seats. These are cheap cars, and I'm sure they're cheap for a reason. They may not necessarily be a future classic, but I could also see look up yeah, yeah, yeah. So like that far left one, that's a good image with those black wheels. I think
That looks pretty good.
I think we'll look back on this car and be like, that was pretty cool."
Let's see. Turbocharged four-cylinder.
Mhm.
That it sounded good?
Yeah, they sounded pretty decent.
Okay. I knew these existed. I never really paid them a lot of mind. I like when you say that car, the 2014 model, is what like the mental image that pops into my head.
Yeah,
I want to pull it up
like a
just so I
base GLA 250.
yeah, GLA 45 AMG.
Oh, yeah, that black one right there.
Yeah, let's see. Yeah, see, this is the one that lives in my head.
Yeah,
Yeah, is that that gives me hatchback vibes. It looks like a tiny SUV, but that gives me hot hatch vibes.
I 100% would loop this car into a hot hatch. They're tiny. It probably is similar size to the Golf, maybe a little bit taller,
Yeah.
but I think there's a video out there of somebody, it might be CarWow, has a video of an A45 or maybe it's a GLA 45 racing an S63 or S65, and it beats it
Okay.
in a drag race. And that video came out around when these cars were released, and I thought that was the coolest video because a 60, 50, $60,000 car made by the same company was beating the $220,000 Titan
Yeah.
that they also made.
Yeah. I did not know that.
You'll
I'm barely a hatch guy. Like I talked about my guilty pleasures, and it's just all the other ones. I know they exist, and I just don't really pay them any attention. I mean, it's 3,400 pounds, so it's not very heavy, and you said it's like 350 horsepower.
I think around there.
Yeah, 350, 400 ish, maybe.
Y
So you think it's going to be a future classic?
I think we'll look back on this car and say, "I can't believe Mercedes made that," and when we look at the pricing, we're also gonna say, "I can't believe they're that cheap."
What are they? What's the market for them look like right now? How cheap are they now?
Oh gosh, they might be mid-20s.
Really? That's it?
Yeah, they're oh, no.
That's
That's a
not an
base.
AMG. Let's see.
I bet they sell in cars and bids.
Well,
Oh,
here's one for 18, dude.
yeah.
You weren't kidding.
I so I believe the 0 to 60 on these is like 4 seconds too. These are fast cars.
Really.
Yeah,
I
they're
mean,
quick.
74,000 miles, but it's a 16. That's not an old car, and it's 19 grand.
Yeah. This
Damn.
this is the first four-cylinder, AMG engine that Mercedes made, so
Yeah.
reliability is certainly in the question, but I I think this I just love the styling. Whenever I see one of those, it definitely turns my head.
Yeah. All right. Well, shall we move into you want to do kick or keep?
Oh,
And
absolutely.
then
Some good ones on
and then we
here
can
too.
call it after that one. All right, welcome to Kick or Keep. If you're just now watching this for the first time, go back and watch all of our other ones. Um, get my viewership up, get me sponsors, let me make some money. But Kick or Keep is where we talk about a trend, a car, a mod, really kind of anything, and then we discuss: are we kicking it or are we keeping it? And if we kick it, it's gone forever, and you'll never ever see it again because we decided so.
Yeah, it's gone.
It's like the Infinity Gauntlet. Like I snap, and then it all just vanishes.
And you put the 5 worst in the Infinity Gauntlet, you've got your
Exactly.
your stickers and
It's all gone. Well, let's see. First one to talk about. Um, what about Burble Tunes?
oh, yeah, I'm gonna say kick.
I agree. Kick.
Yeah,
All right,
that was a
it's
quick
that
one.
easy.
Yeah.
No, I mean, it was funny for 5 minutes when that like tune first became a thing. But then now when you go to a car meet, I guess depending on the kind of meet that you go to, and then you see people pulling out, and then as soon as they let off the gas, what? Pop, 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 pop. I'm not calling out anybody specifically, but I think we kind of know who does it in Nashville
I
meets. Um,
got an idea there.
yeah. I don't care for it.
There was an E53 that drove past the other day, and, as it was accelerating up the hill, I thought, "Wow, that sounds pretty good." It was clearly modified. It goes down the hill, and I think it popped for the next mile. It was pretty bad.
Well, that can't be good for the engine either.
I don't think it is. I think it's tough on the turbos.
Yeah.
My F80 pops, and, I've heard that it's stock.
I mean, but it's a competition, so it's got the competition tune, and that just
Yeah,
has a little bit of like it's not your car. Like that's definitely a F80, like your specific thing. Like
yeah.
it just does that, and that's different when it comes from the factory that way versus like spending the time to tune it to intentionally do that.
GTI owners, I'm looking at you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
dude. Well, I'm glad we decided that's gone.
yeah.
Snap the gauntlet. It's gone. You're never
No
gonna
more
see him
pop
again.
tunes.
Or I guess hear him again. Let's see. You want to pick one?
Yeah,
Can you see it? All right.
I can. So I threw forged carbon fiber on there. I saw a forged carbon fiber wing on a Miata the other day, and I wanted to throw up.
You did not.
It was bad.
You're not making that up
No, a forged carbon fiber.
on
It,
a Miata.
it was
Was it an NA or NB?
the newest one.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah,
That's a little bit better. It's not like from 1999 putting like forged carbon on it.
it was bad, man.
Yeah,
The Huracan Performante, I think, was our first entry into forged carbon fiber,
yeah,
and it did it right, but the ship has sailed.
yeah. I'm trying to. I don't think I think I've only ever seen it on the Huracan. I mean, I definitely see like the AutoZone, like carbon fiber stickers or whatever wraps that people like slap onto stuff. Um, and that definitely needs to go away, and I think, like, most people would agree, but, like, I don't know, maybe I'm guilty of it. I got carbon fiber mirror caps for my S5,
I like those though.
and it looked pretty clean,
Yeah.
and I had, like, this it had the turn signals in the mirrors, and I ran, like, sequential LEDs for that, like, I thought that looked clean, so I guess maybe I'm guilty of it, but yeah, forged carbon on a Miata ain't it.
I don't think carbon fiber is too excessive. Like, I love a car that's got clean carbon fiber accents, but the forged carbon, I think, just adds an extra layer over that.
Yeah,
Oh, what did I see? So it was really bad. There was a twin turbo R8 that the shop that I told you about had in, and it had the normal carbon bits that came on the R8 and then the forged carbon, and it was bad. Like,
Just like the combination of both?
it's not even the combination, it just looked bad.
Okay.
I'll have to find some pictures for reference, but, myself and a few others looked at this car and were like, it just looked tacky, looked
Yeah.
a little cheap.
Yeah. So I think you're kicking it if I had to guess.
I'm booting it to the curb.
Like, just any instances of forged carbon is gone forever. Like,
If
it's for the greater good. If it has to go in the way on Lambos and that means getting rid of it on the Miatas, then it's for the greater good.
I think it might be for the greater good.
Yeah. I'm so, like, numb to seeing carbon fiber on stuff that it shouldn't be on, that it doesn't even really elicit a reaction from it for like,
Yeah,
from me anymore. So for that reason, I'm gonna keep it
okay.
because like, it doesn't I don't have a, like maybe, years ago, I used to have an emotion about it, like, a stronger opinion. Now I'm just like, "Whatever, man."
Yeah, I get it.
Um, let's see. Um, what about beadlock wheels and meaty tires?
Uh,
Like or, like, a parachute on a car that pretty clearly doesn't need a parachute. Like, you know what I'm talking about. It'll be like a stock 5.0 Mustang, and he'll have the hood open, so you know it's stock, but then he's still got, like, beadlock like, drag radials and
yeah,
beadlocks on it. It's like, why?
there's no point.
And you see it. Like, it's definitely a real thing. Like, unless your car is making, like, 700 wheel, I don't really think there's an argument for it.
No, you're actually spot on. Anytime I see whenever I see beadlocks on a car, in general, it usually makes me nervous because I don't know what they've got under the hood.
Yeah.
If I were to open it and see a stock 5.0, I would instantly be less nervous. So
Yeah.
I think unless there's a need for it, I've seen some Supras with beadlocks, and those I'm afraid of.
Dude, yeah, I think if you see a Supra on beadlocks, you should be
You
afraid.
should run.
They probably know what they're probably know what they're doing, and it's probably on beadlocks for a reason.
Yeah,
I don't think I'm gonna give, Mustang owners and some Corvette owners that same amount of credibility just right off the bat.
I've seen some fast Corvettes though.
That's true.
I'm more afraid of like the random Z06 that pulls up next to me than I am a
Oh,
random
yeah.
5.0.
Yeah.
You know, those I've seen a lot of Corvettes putting down some serious power. Not that Mustangs don't, but you tune that Z06 and it you're playing with a different kind of beast there.
Yep, I agree. Did you add in the Fast 2 Mitsubishi Eclipse, or was that me?
No,
Okay, that
that
was
had to have
me.
been you.
We'll save that one. I what about screens replacing analog gauges? We kinda touched on it earlier when we were talking about interiors.
Yeah, you know, when Porsche came out with their 992 dot I think it's the dot 2 and they got rid of the analog tack, I that ruined it for me. And in general, I love an analog tack. I like the screens a little bit, but
Yeah. I think digital tech is fine, but, like, I don't wanna have to go through, like, an infotainment to do, like, climate control and stuff like that. And I think you're starting to see a resurgence of buttons
yes,
come
I
back,
agree.
like, and at least for, like, climate control and stuff like that. Like, my dad's car, he's got a Gen 2 Raptor, and
Oh,
so
cool.
if you wanna turn on the heated steering wheel, you have to click through, like, 3 different things to get there, but, like, the seat heater or seat cooling and, the AC controls are all still, like, buttons.
Yeah,
But yeah, I know for a while, like, the Teslas,
uh,
like, just give me analog buttons that do climate control. I don't want to go through a huge iPad trying to, like, make minor changes to my driving experience. Um,
I 100% agree.
yeah.
I thought we when I think of analog gauges, I think of just the gauge cluster.
Oh, yeah.
The button I mean, but what you're talking about buttons, you're spot on. The the most recent BMW interiors piss me off
Yeah.
because the, like, pre-facelift G80s that still have the 2 separate screens,
Yep.
sorry,
You're
I
good.
I think that might be the best G80 interior. The when you get the whole hyper screen
The
and everything's
panoramic, yeah.
integrated, oh, get out of here.
You know, I do like the look of the screen, but I haven't really spent any time in one, so I don't even know, like, if the controls are all done on the screen or if it's done on, if it's just buttons, but
When my F8 when I bought my F80, it needed to have some paint work done, so BMW kept it and they gave me 2 loaners, and the first loaner was, a brand new 330, and it had the big screen, and the crispness of the screen was fantastic, like, the ambient lighting in the interior, I loved it, except I couldn't figure out how to turn the damn AC on.
yeah.
It was such a pain in the ass. And then the second loaner they gave me was, like a 23 330i that had the 2 separate screens, and the buttons feel nice, they're like a metal, kinda clicky, and
So the cheaper car felt better.
the cheaper car felt better.
Yeah,
Yeah, well, at least more usable.
yeah. So, I mean, I guess this kind of split into two different things. So, if it's screens replacing like analog, like dash cluster gauges, are you are you in favor of keeping analog gauges or the screens?
That's such a tough one.
Okay.
I'm, uh I'm mixed because it depends on the use of the car
Okay.
to me.
Gotcha.
Like, if I'm just driving the daily SUV or whatever, yeah, it can have a digital gauge, but if I'm throwing the gears in something,
Yeah.
I might want that digital gauge or the analog.
But we're definitely kicking like the digital screen being the like end all be all for like all
Yes.
of the
Yeah, get it
controls
out of here.
inside of the cabin. Yeah,
Yep.
that's definitely gone. I think everybody else would agree, and I think automakers have started to realize that and give us the buttons back.
Yeah. One thing I'll note there about the digital gauge cluster, have you seen the gauge cluster for the LFA?
Yes.
That to me might be like peak gauge cluster design.
Yes,
That's
and I
cool.
don't know if this is true. At least this is what they said on Top Gear,
Yeah, I know
but
exactly what you're about to say.
yeah, the reason why it's digital is because it revs
Yeah.
so fast that like an analog
Couldn't keep
gauge
up.
couldn't keep up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I could
that's
hear
so
Jeremy
cool.
Clarkson saying that right now.
I
That's a
know.
good episode.
It's a good episode. That's one of my favorite cars of all time. Um, we could spend a whole episode probably talking about V10s, which we
Oh,
definitely should. I can't believe everybody has an opinion on what's the best V10, and we definitely need to save that for another one. And
okay.
I want to get some more friends on board because all of my friends had dissenting opinions on what is the best sounding V10. I think I already know what yours is, because you're a German car guy.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
not even gonna. I don't even want to hear the answer yet because I want to save it for when we do another one, like
Okay.
and have like a more dedicated like V10 segment. Um, but the LFA, I totally agree with
Oh,
that.
it's
Great looking instrument cluster.
yeah,
Yeah.
and their center console setup has always been one of my
I can't
favorites.
even remember what that looks like off the top of my head.
It's so they made one, they had one in steel and they had one in carbon fiber trim, and the carbon fiber trim on it looks insane for that's a those are cool.
Yeah.
Those are cool cars.
All right. You got one more you wanna end it on?
Um, let's see, go up.
Ooh, I kinda like this one, but if you got something calling your name.
No, no, that's a good one.
Okay. All right. We're gonna end it with this. Kick or keep blacked out slash debadged cars. They're kind of two different things, but I think a lot of times you see like the blacked out cars that are also debadged.
Yep,
I think it was cool when it first happened in 2014.
yep.
Don't think it's really cool anymore. I think that trend's been tried out and it's gone. I say kick.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kid Kit.
I still like some some matte black cars still look good. Um, I like matte black. I've never understood debadging though.
I I really think Mercedes kind of ran with that trend for a while.
Yeah.
When I think of a debadged car, I only think of like a CLS 63 that's been debadged. I probably saw one at one point in time, so now it's ingrained in my memory. But
Yeah.
I, when I see it now, I agree. I'm like that. It's just it doesn't really serve a purpose anymore. Nobody's looking at your car and going, "Oh,
I wonder what he
yeah,
has.
so
Yeah.
mysterious." And kind of similar, what do you think about blacked out taillights and headlights?
You know, if you're trying to delete amber, it makes sense. Like so the E92, um the US specs have those like amber reflectors on the
Yeah,
bumpers, and the Euro, like, some people do Euro bumper swaps just because they didn't have that, but then plenty of people made this kind of, like, reflector delete, and then so you just pop in, like, a piece of plastic that's, like, paint matched.
I've seen
So,
this.
it's
Yeah.
I know that's kinda not really where you're going with that, like, question, but that's kinda where I took it. If it's, like, deleting amber, then, like, sure, try to get, like and black it out, and, when I had my S5, there was a little, like, black strip that you could put on the headlight that was an amber delete, and it looked
Okay.
really good unless you were, like, looking right up at it, and you could see that it was just laid on top of the headlight. Um, but yeah, no, I don't really understand it. I just leave it as is, man.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree. I
Um,
say kick
I do
on
like
that
I
one.
do like blacked out, like, housings, like headlight housings. Does that count as the same thing?
I'm gonna say no. I'm struggling to conceptualize what you're saying there.
So, like, the perfect like, what example I'm thinking of right now is, like, so on my car right now, my GX 470, like, it's got the headlight housings are chrome. Let's see. Yeah, so
Oh, okay.
it's like a chrome headlight housing, and then there you go, you've got the amber again, and then, like, I'm about to get some black, housing headlights, so I mean, that's a custom build, I'm not gonna do the orange, like, rings or whatever, or oracle rings or whatever they're called, halos. But, like, I like that black housing a lot better.
Yeah, that's I would make an exception for that. I'm talking about, like, when somebody puts tint over their
Oh, yeah.
taillights or headlights.
No,
Yeah, okay.
that's gone.
I think of that in the same kind of area as debadging and
Yeah,
blacking out your
it's
badges.
funny that you say that though, because in high school, I did help a friend, like, do that to one of his we just plasti dipped his taillights.
Oh, no.
So they definitely worked less. So I'm guilty. I've been a part of it. But yeah, it's gone.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm a much smarter man now than I was when I was 16.
I think
I like
your
to think so.
I think your tastes just refine as you get older,
Yeah,
right? Like,
yeah.
you're not as much, I don't know. I feel like my tastes have definitely refined, for my automotive choices as I've gotten older,
Yeah,
and,
and that's a good thing.
yeah, that's not a bad thing.
That's a good thing. Cool, man. Well, we can end it there. I mean, we could obviously be here probably all day if we
Yeah.
wanted to. We've got plenty of more things to talk about next time. But dude, Jackson, thanks for doing this.
Cooper, thank you for having me on.
Yeah, man. I hope you enjoyed it.
Absolutely.
We'll do it
Yeah.
again. All right, we'll catch y'all at the next one. Thanks for listening. See ya.